Imagine a woman walking onto a movie set and suddenly everyone stops talking, not because she said anything, just because of how she carried herself. That was the kind of presence Leslie Caron had. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why people still talk about her style today, decades later. So stay with me till the end, because the last part of her story is the one that surprises people the most. Leslie Caron wasn't just another pretty face in old Hollywood. She was trained as a dancer long before she ever stepped in front of a movie camera, and that training changed everything about how she moved on screen. Most actresses back then were taught to stand still and look pretty. Leslie Caron didn't just stand there. She moved like every step meant something. Her posture, her walk, even the way she turned her head, it all had a kind of grace that came from years of ballet discipline. That's something you can't fake, and audiences could feel it even if they couldn't explain why. Then came her breakout moment in An American in Paris. She wasn't even the biggest star in that film at first, but the moment she appeared on screen, people noticed her. She had this fresh, natural look that was completely different from the glamorous, heavily made-up stars of that era. She looked real. She looked like someone you could actually meet on the street, yet she still had this magnetic screen presence that made you unable to look away. That contrast, being relatable yet completely captivating, became her signature. Her style off-screen was just as talked about as her performances. She had this simple elegance that never tried too hard. Clean lines, soft fabrics, nothing overly flashy. While other stars were piling on jewelry and dramatic gowns, Leslie Caron often chose looks that were simple but sharp. It's the kind of style that still looks fresh today, which is honestly rare for that time period. Fashion from those years can feel outdated when you look back at it now, but her choices still feel timeless. Then there was Gigi, the film that many people still consider her most iconic role. In that movie, she transformed completely, from a playful, almost childlike character into a woman with real elegance and confidence, and she did it so smoothly that audiences barely noticed the shift happening. That's the kind of acting skill that doesn't get talked about enough. She wasn't just relying on her looks, she was genuinely skilled at bringing a character to life, layer by layer. What made her truly stand out, though, was that she never seemed like she was performing for the camera. Other stars of that time had this larger-than-life quality, like they knew they were being watched every second. Leslie Caron had the opposite energy. She felt natural, almost like she forgot the camera was even there. And strangely, that's exactly what made her so watchable. People are drawn to authenticity even when they can't quite put their finger on why. Even now, when people look back at photos and film clips from that era, her style holds up in a way that a lot of her contemporaries don't. There's a simplicity to it that feels modern, even though it's from a completely different time. That's rare, that's special, and that's exactly why her name still comes up when people talk about timeless Hollywood elegance. If you enjoyed learning about her story and her style, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow. Drop a comment and let me know what you think about her look and her legacy. And if you want more stories like this about old Hollywood icons, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.